Hi, I'm Janine Skerry, Senior Curator of Metalwork at Colonial, Williamsburg, and I'd like to talk to you today about this item on the table beside me. It makes me think of an old fast food chain that used to use the slogan years ago, "Have it your way." That's what this item is all about. It's a cruet frame or cruet stand with its cruets and casters. And these were all used to hold condiments so that you could season your food at the dining table to your individual preferences. There are 5 of these bottles or casters on the frame, and they each held a different component. So the large one in the front, believe it or not, held sugar that had been pulverized almost to the point of being granulated so that you could sprinkle sugar on your foods to make it more palatable. This example over here held pepper, and it's pierced so that you could shake the pepper out of it, just like the sugar. Now you might think that the other one with the pierced top would be salt, but that's not the case. Salt was always served in little open dishes called salt cellars. Instead, this is for mustard, dry mustard. And what's interesting to me about it is that it looks like it has piercings in the lid, and indeed it does, but in order to stop someone from inadvertently showering their food with really spicy dry mustard, it actually has a metal sleeve, a silver sleeve, set inside to block the piercings. So the way you would use this is to take the caster, remove the lid, and use the tip of your very clean, unused dinner knife to take a little bit of powdered mustard out and put it on the rim of your plate. Then you'd return the caster to the stand, and you would take either oil or vinegar, which are the items here in the back. They're in glass bottles, makes sense. Don't want to have those in a metal container. But what's really interesting about these glass bottles is that you would never dream of putting one down on the table once you've taken it off the stand, because you might leave a ring or a mark of oil or vinegar on the tablecloth, and that was a major no-no. So instead, you would remove the lid, place it in the ring so that you didn't set that down on the table, and then pour a tiny bit of the oil or vinegar onto your food or the rim of your plate if you wished to mix your own wet mustard from the dry powder. And then you would return the cruet directly to the frame and put the lid back on place. It's really a very well-designed object. I should mention that this piece was made by a silversmith who's particularly well known for making casters and cruets frames. His name was Samuel Wood, and he worked in London. This was made between 1750 and 1754. Now, English silver is hallmarked, so we usually can say this 2-year period is when it was made. This piece has a 4-year period because different components have slightly different date letters on them. They were all meant to be together. They all have an armorial crest on each of the pieces that makes it clear they were sold as a set. But silversmiths sometimes, when they made a very popular form like this, and it was something they were noted for, they might produce them in advance, basically supply and demand. They have a stock ready so that when a client wants a set, they can easily